Close your eyes, focus on your breath. Right? Wrong. In an obscure branch of Tibetan practice, closing your eyes actually kills awareness. Instead, practitioners go outside and literally stare at the sky. This is Dzogchen sky gazing, a meditation technique so radically different from standard mindfulness and awareness meditation that it challenges everything you think you know about how to quiet your mind. And the neuroscience backing it up is brand new. The term Dzogchen translates to the great perfection or the great completion. It belongs to the Nyingma school of Tibetan Buddhism and the ancient Bon tradition, and it is considered the highest, most advanced practice in all of Tibetan Buddhism. Some teachers have called it Tibetan Zen for its cutting simplicity. The premise is stunning in its directness. Pure, radiant awareness is already present in every human being. You don't need to create it, you just need to notice it. And sky gazing is one of the primary ways to do exactly that. Here's the technique. You sit in a comfortable position, hands resting on your knees, eyes wide open, gazing straight ahead into a clear sky. You relax your jaw. You soften your gaze. You align your vision so that all you can see is sky, nothing else. Then you watch. You watch the sky the way you'd watch waves on the sea, noticing the changing phenomena in your mind and body, without grasping at any of it. The breath plays a role, but it's a tool, not the focus. You breathe in. You breathe yourself out. As you exhale, the preoccupations of the small mind float out into space, joining the expanse of empty, deep sky. As Lama Surya Das, an American Dzogchen teacher, puts it plainly, sky gazing is the core practical application of Dzogchen meditation. And there is almost no way to do it wrong. Duration doesn't matter. What matters is the fresh, open, vast quality of your awareness. A short session with high-quality presence beats a long session with a dull, wandering mind. Now, why does this differ so dramatically from the mindfulness and awareness meditation most people practice? Because keeping your eyes open changes the entire game. Standard meditation typically has you close your eyes and withdraw from sensory experience. Sky gazing does the opposite. It opens you up to everything without shutting anything out, and this has a profound effect on the mind. You're training awareness in the midst of perception itself. The clear blue sky serves as a perfect metaphor for the natural state of mind. Just as the sky isn't affected by passing weather, your natural awareness isn't stained by thoughts or emotions, no matter how turbulent they become. The sky is always there behind the clouds. The historical roots of this practice run deeper than most people realize. Scholar Flavio Gaishuesler published the most comprehensive academic study of sky gazing in 2024, and his argument is provocative. Through rigorous analysis of original scriptures, he concluded that this practice didn't originate within Buddhism at all. It emerged from indigenous Tibetan culture in close contact with the early Bon tradition, centuries before Buddhism arrived on the plateau. The oldest surviving texts date to the 9th century, but the tradition stretches back further. In the Bon lineage, a practitioner named Tapihritsa achieved full enlightenment in 7th century northern Tibet. In the 8th century, Padmasambhava, the legendary Indian sage known as the Lotus-born, transmitted Tantric Buddhism to Tibet and became one of the most important carriers of Dzogchen teaching. Later, in the 14th century, a spiritual genius named Longchenpa, who could read and write by age 5 without formal study, became the most important systematizer of Dzogchen teachings in history. Gaishuesler's work also reveals a fascinating detail about the practice's more advanced form, called Togal. The term is usually translated as direct transcendence, but he argues it actually means skullward leap. The skull, as the most elevated part of the human body, was believed to be the point of access to divine vitality located in the heavens. And there's a channel described in the tradition called the Kati light channel, said to connect the heart directly to the eyes, bypassing the brain and the conceptual mind entirely. When clear light arises from the heart through this channel, awareness at the eyes becomes your vantage point for seeing reality as it truly is. This isn't just poetic language. A 2026 study published in Imaging Neuroscience by researchers Ankan Biswas, Srishti Agarwal, Kanishka Sharma, and Supratim Ray found that long-term open-eye meditators display significantly stronger gamma brain activity in two distinct forms: stimulus-induced narrowband gamma and stimulus-free broadband gamma. Using EEG recordings, they discovered that these two gamma signatures coexist but arise from different brain regions and mechanisms. Meditators showed enhanced visual gamma responses, increased internal high-frequency activity, and steeper power spectral density slopes, indicating stronger inhibitory neural function and potential resistance to age-related cognitive decline. Gamma oscillations, typically between 30 and 70 Hz, are a fundamental feature of brain activity linked to attention, perception, and neural coordination. Open-eye mindfulness and awareness meditation appears to supercharge these rhythms. Other research has shown that this style of practice increases gray matter in key brain regions, boosts cognitive flexibility, and decreases cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. And then there's the most extraordinary claim in this entire tradition, the rainbow body. In Tibetan, it's called jalus, literally rainbow body. It refers to the reported dissolution of an advanced practitioner's physical body into light at death, sometimes leaving behind only hair and fingernails. The tradition records more than 160,000 such incidents across Tibet and India. The most well-documented modern case is that of Khenpo Achö. On August 29, 1998, at Dome Kamgak in Azirong, Tibet, this 80-year-old Gelugpa monk took his last breath. According to witnesses, his skin turned shiny white. His appearance began to change. His body was wrapped in the yellow robe worn by Gelug monks, and over the following days, it began shrinking. After 7 days, no body remained. The event was recorded by local press and later documented by Father Francis Tiso, a Catholic priest, and published in the Institute of Noetic Sciences Review in 2002. Benedictine monk David Steindl Rast proposed a formal scientific investigation, saying, "If we can establish it as an anthropological fact, then the resurrection of a figure such as Jesus has not only happened, but is happening today. It would put our view of human potential in a completely different light." Father Tiso was told this type of research is unacceptable within mainstream science. The tension remains unresolved. But set aside the rainbow body for a moment. What's accessible right now, today, to anyone watching this, is the practice itself. Yonggi Mingyur Rinpoche recently described learning sky gazing from his own father, who would simply sit in front of a large window and gaze off into the sky above the Kathmandu Valley. No elaborate setup, no special equipment, just a man, a window, and the sky. Guy Schuessler wrote that it's hardly a coincidence this practice arose on the Tibetan plateau, the roof of the world, the place where the sky meets the earth. But you don't need to be in Tibet. You need a clear day and a willingness to keep your eyes open. As Jamgon Köntrul Rinpoche described the awareness you're looking for, present awareness is empty, open, and luminous. Not a concrete substance, yet not nothing. Empty, yet it is perfectly cognizant, lucid, aware. That awareness is already here. You just have to look up.